The so-called Golden Age of Hollywood propelled familiar names like Audrey Hepburn, Marilyn Monroe, and Elizabeth Taylor to stardom. But shortly after, another actress less known in name, but just as full of talent, broke through. In 1940, Hattie McDaniel became the first African American to win an Academy Award. But despite her monumental achievements, McDaniel's legacy and talents are often overlooked. Today, we remember her as an important figure who helped pave the way for Black actors in film. Born in 1893 in Wichita, Kansas, Hattie McDaniel entered a world where opportunities for Black performers were extremely limited. But McDaniel had a dream, and she wasn't afraid to fight for it. Her career began in vaudeville, where she worked as a singer and comedian. She later appeared in over 300 films throughout her career, though she was often uncredited and cast in stereotypical roles as maids or servants. In a deeply segregated industry, McDaniel made the most of every opportunity, delivering performances that were both captivating and authentic. Her most famous role came in 1939, when she was cast as Mammy, a house slave and confidant to the main character, Scarlett O'Hara, in the classic film Gone with the Wind. It was a role steeped in racial stereotypes, but McDaniel's performance elevated the character beyond the script. Her portrayal was filled with depth, warmth, and nuance, and it resonated with audiences in ways few expected. In 1940, Hattie McDaniel made history when she won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for her role in Gone with the Wind. She became the first African American to win an Oscar, a groundbreaking achievement in a segregated industry and a segregated America. But her win did not shield her from the racial discrimination of the time. On the night of the Oscars, McDaniel and her escort were required to sit at a segregated table at the far wall end of the room. The Ambassador Hotel, where the ceremony was held, had a strict no blacks policy. An exception was made for McDaniel, but the discrimination was still clear. After the ceremony, while her white co-stars celebrated at an exclusive no blacks club, McDaniel was denied entry. And when the film premiered in Atlanta, none of the Black cast members were allowed to attend the event, as it was held in a whites-only theater. For McDaniel, the challenges were relentless. Despite being an Oscar winner, she faced continued racism and stereotyping in Hollywood. No other Black woman would win an Oscar for another 50 years, until Whoopi Goldberg won Best Supporting Actress for her role in Ghost in 1990. Hattie McDaniel's legacy is complex. While she made history, some criticized the roles she accepted, arguing that they reinforced harmful stereotypes. Civil rights groups like the NAACP called for more diverse and dignified roles for Black actors. McDaniel famously responded, "I'd rather play a maid than be one," highlighting the harsh reality of limited opportunities for Black performers in Hollywood at the time. Despite these limitations, McDaniel continued to work in Hollywood, opening doors for future generations of Black performers. She paved the way for actors like Halle Berry and Viola Davis, and so many others who have since been able to take on roles that reflect the full spectrum of Black people. Hattie McDaniel's legacy remains controversial to some, but one thing is certain: her talent, dedication, and passion for film were overlooked and undervalued in her time. As we seek to remember forgotten figures in history, we honor her as the trailblazing actress she was, one who fought for her place in an industry that often didn't see her worth.